turn the camera off just to save the battery, but like, we're starting like right now.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play a quick song to open it, and we're gonna get going here.
Let's do it.
My stripes so like regiments, military intelligence, murder game. I leave no evidence, credentials. Go ask my preschool, even talk to my old principal. He tell you how I used to pack a #2 pencil. Stabbing students with gravity, just cabbage breaches in the school staircase, cutting class, passing my way my MO class. Operation Return, they try to say I was incompetent, not able to learn. The table turn now, got my own label I earn. Like the nigga and dead presidents, money to burn. Queensbridge, pay homage, respect, now it's the vet, acknowledge the rep. Honest with guests, is this and that. I'm just the best, putting all balance to rest. Between Latin kings and blood, like Sangres. Blood is Spanish, plenty thugs vanish. Unite the system, the fight within the street wisdom. Then I'll teach and prison. Anyone touch the bun must die. Just give me one try. Now you know you don't fuck when I ride. Ha, you ain't got no wins in me class side. It's the class side. You ain't even in my class side. I hate a actor that plays a rapper. I'm Trevor Squad, hate a rapper. Everybody's favorite rapper. Granted, period, knowledge material. Insane criminal, the same way you normally blow out your brain mineral. I'm being subliminal, it's not the visual. Try to supply your physical with my spiritual side of this miracle. I like period dreams like Freddy do, no kidding you. Even if I stuttered, I would still when you soon as I shit and try to get shot. I'm the kid out of the Bronx, that'll stomp you to death like it didn't matter. I'm even better than before. And the metaphors, killers better than all I'm punk. One verse, get them all praise.
Hey yo, my attitude is subject to change. I mess around and spit 12 as the driver's side door your range. 6 hit you, the other 6 up in your dame. Mafia style, leave you with your watch and your chain. So take heed that not only can I flow on your aim, cause y'all misdemeanor demons can't stay in the rain. Better believe that whenever I see y'all I'm gonna test ya. Only cause I know that you unexpect pressure. Hardcore like you never get kicked out the yard for. Kids ain't the cops, but I not up. You can meet me in my cellar, soaking sock, I suck. Far as the flow go, you can let your dough show. Put your money on the table, link it back on the cable. Yeah, hot dog all you spit Naples. So what the hell with Jason? That shorty from the lot.
My son, cool out, don't beat yo, throw the tool out. Let's run this into kidnap, big with more than move out. Crush cash, hands is like glass, keep the heat in the dash. Get some dirt, some work, corner gas. The flicker rocker, wicked sneaker rocker, footwear. Stacking up joints, right on foot locker. This is more like that, okay, represent, here the Crenshaw. Hold my word stronger than the Ben storm, relentless. The anthology consolidated with the quickness. Dress up in the wig and blouse, killing sickness. Lex imagination, large go cards. Keep a bumper squad, brains that connect, put on the older guard. Specialist, ice syphilis, Woolrich, collar, feeling the rich. Work for $8, no snitch, that's why Virgil got hard on signs. I'm talking about I'm John Blaze and Dawn in the lineup.
I'm about to go live on my other phone, yo. Go live on my other phone. Let's get to it.
It's simple mathematics, you gotta love us. Cause Joey crack plus gad equals a lot of dead motherfuckers. Just when you thought I was done, I recruited pun. Terror squad in the prize, understood it done. I'm from the slums, space words. Plus my kick until it hurts. For fun, I don't really need it, but I think you go to church like a monster. Discussion death over shrimp and lobster. With my Cuban partners, Lucas with the cartridge. 20 shot, run up on any block. Disrespect any cop, used to run many spots. Now I own shops. Vortex with the lock, 564 bills a pop. I'm hot, who wanna get burned? I'm 5, wanna get 9, and watch your whole 400 turn. Who best learn? Parlay, I've had a hard day. Yeah, it's all but the dawn to get John Blaze.
John Blaze. John Blaze. Live St. John's Radio. John Max, what up? Johnny Blaze ain't a damn thing changed. John Blaze. John Blaze. John Blaze. Johnny Blaze ain't a damn thing changed. Live in St. John's, what's up? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
J Mad Max.
WSJU Radio, DJ Mad Max on air here. We have a very special guest in the building tonight.
Yeah.
Hot 97's own.
Hip Hop Mike, what's up?
Hip Hop Mike. Double HM. You know what it is.
What's up, Max? How you doing, bro?
Not much. I'm doing pretty good. How about you tonight?
I'm chilling, man. I appreciate you bringing me through St. John's campus, taking me to the Starbucks. I'm feeling real good about this coffee right now, this show. About to have a good time.
Definitely. You know, I had to get you up here. I mean, we've been connecting all summer. I've been waiting to get this done. I appreciate you still supporting me and reaching out.
All day, man. You out here doing your thing. Killing it.
I appreciate that a lot. And you're doing a lot of stuff tonight. You got a few interviews coming up tonight, too.
I do. I have a couple of artists coming through at Hot 97, so I'm going to head there after this and knock those out, and I'm going to go home and chill.
You want to shout out those interviews?
I can shout out my man Partisan Fontaine. Big up to him stopping by. My man Mel D. Cole is going to come through and talk about his new photography book. He's shot some of, like, the coolest artists, like, from Mac Miller to Method Man. Like, I mean, you name it. If they're an artist, he shot them. So I'm definitely going to sit with him and a couple others that I can't say yet, but it will be dope.
It's fine. It's fine. Now, we all know that you are Queens native.
Yes, sir. Born in Queens.
That's right.
Raised between Brooklyn, Long Island, all over the place.
Also, you've been all over
everywhere.
Boroughs.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm from Connecticut, so what was it like growing up in Queens?
Oh, I mean, Queens was dope, man. Like, honestly, as a kid, like, I was super young, but my grandparents lived on 92nd and Astoria Boulevard. We had, like, a dope Burger King up the block that had, like, the playpens. We'd be in there, like, on the 2 for $5, or it's probably, like, 2 for $3, like, bacon, egg, and cheeses. And then just be hanging out, man. I remember, like, I mean, just being around, like, the mixtape scene and, like, Jamaica Ave. Like, Queens has always been dope, man. I love New York just in general. I think, like, there's so much good energy out here.
You're a New York guy, and you also love hip-hop.
I do love hip-hop. Most of the time.
Really? Only most of the time. When do you not like hip-hop?
I don't like hip-hop when... It's a good question. I guess there's moments. I have my moments where it's like I'm not listening to hip-hop and I'll listen to other stuff. But, like, I mean, predominantly I like hip-hop the most. It depends, you know, sometimes you see a lot of crazy things in this game and it'll turn you off to it, but, like, I'm always turned back on quick.
Now, you say listen to other stuff. What do you listen to, like R&B, reggae, rock?
Everything. I listen to, like, you name it. Like, there's country music. I can listen to EDM. I listen to pop, alternative, just, like, anything that sounds dope, anything that, like, you know, has a nice vibe to it, I'll ride around to it for sure.
That's interesting. A lot of people are closed-minded, though.
Yeah, no, you got to be open-minded, I feel like, especially, you know, as somebody that works in music, it's like you have to always figure out, you know, what sounds are next or where people are kind of leaning. So I think, you know, to be well-rounded, you have to kind of understand all different genres.
That's right. Now, who are some of your favorite artists from other genres?
From other genres? Which one do you want me to start with?
How about R&B?
R&B? R&B, to be honest, is probably what I listen to the least, but I like some older stuff. I like, I mean, it's probably not that much older, but, like, the Avants. I really like Jay Holiday. So, like, stuff like that. I say, like, the most I probably listen to is, like, rock stuff. And I've been listening to, like, Blink-182, which is, like, a throwback. I listen to, like, anything on 92.3. I know I'm on Hot 97, but, like, 92.3's been playing some heat, like, with the alternatives. So I listen to, like, all that. My friend Scally has a playlist called Chill Playlist, and we just run through it. And it's, like, songs from, like, different shows, like TV shows that you Shazam, or, like, there's all kinds of music, man. I'd say for country, I like I'm
curious about this one.
Bill Currington's my guy. Darius Rucker. So there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's tough. Up here we have a big hip-hop audience, so a lot of people don't like country.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot of rap heads out here.
Yeah, a lot of rap heads. And you're one of them.
I'm definitely one of them.
Definitely one of them, working at Hot 97, the best in the business.
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
That's right. And now, your name is Hip Hop Mike. What made you choose that name?
Twitter made me choose that name. Honestly, I was on Twitter trying to sign up for, like, a new account, and because Rosenberg told me, he's like, you need a Twitter, you need an Instagram, you need Facebook. So I signed up for Twitter, and I put my name in, like, a name generator, and it was like, what do you like? And I was like, hip-hop. It was like, what's your name, Mike? And it just came out.
Oh, that's how you chose it?
Yeah, they were calling me Doughboy before that, because I was, like, super into pizza. And Cypher Sounds used to call me Doughboy, and I hated it, because I was like, I'm so chubby. I'm like, Doughboy definitely is going to get the wrong impression, because nobody else knows I'm into pizza. So I'm glad they're not calling me Doughboy, and that hip hop mic stuck. But now I'd like to just be like Mike Turk or something, because I feel like just saying I'm hip hop only is like puts me in a box, even though hip hop is my favorite.
Hip hop is definitely touching a certain audience because there's a different sound in every hip hop wave. You got the trap, you got the, what do they call it, the drill music.
I don't even know how many different like variations of the genre there are. Like, I mean, there's definitely trap, there's definitely, you know, rap, but it's like there's so many layers now that it's hard to say.
And then you got the old school hip hop and the lyrical hip hop that
Definitely
many artists are capable of doing today. You got Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, you know it all.
Yeah, I
Babies.
mean, I think Kendrick and Cole are like great examples too. Especially shout out to Cole. Cole went here, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
right.
sure
Yeah.
Cole went to St. John's.
Yeah.
Big up to Cole. I think that, you know, the fact that somebody like Cole or Kendrick was able to be like influenced by the older stuff and apply that kind of thoughtful like lyricism to their art and not necessarily just bite off the older stuff and like apply it to the newer beats, like reinvent the production, is incredible. Like, I think it's awesome that we have artists that are around that, you know, still hold value in that. But at the same time, I like that there are also artists fighting that. But the fact that it's under the same genre is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of many genres that are like that.
Do you think rap should be two genres? Because I've been had many discussions about this before. Because you got the trap music, and then people are like, well, that's not hip hop. Hip hop came from lyrics.
To be honest, it's hard to say if it should have more than one genre, because I think what's so amazing about rap is that it's just like it is what you make it. Like, it doesn't have a clean cut kind of sound. It's not like, oh, this is what rap is. Like, you could listen to rap music and be like, oh, no, that's rock and roll. You could listen to it and be like, that's EDM. So it's like the fact that you can't put a label on it, I think, is awesome. But at the same time, I do think that like the OGs deserve some respect when calling it like for bars. Like, I think like hip hop and rap are like rap should be kind of held to like a higher standard. Hip hop could be anything you want it to be.
Okay.
Because there ain't really kids
So you
rapping these
see
days.
there's rap and hip hop as two different things then.
Kinda. I mean, I essentially it's the same thing, but like for me, I think when I hear the word rap, I think more of like the bars. When I hear hip hop, I think more like a fun, like kind of, it's like the production, the bounce of it.
It's like rock, the subgenre.
Yeah, it's like there's exactly like there's definitely the subgenres, but like I would put trap under hip hop before I put it under rap.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting take. I've never heard that take before.
No?
I never heard that take. Everyone puts it under hip hop.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little loopy.
No, but it makes sense though.
I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
And you know, there's a lot of dope artists out here. Whether they're doing trap, that's how they feel. That's what they like to do. They please their audience that way. Now, you also have artists out here who don't respect the pioneers and the OGs, such as Kodak Black, which he said.
Well said.
Which he said that Tupac and Biggie, he should be on their level or whatever. He should be considered in their class with Nas as well.
I don't know. I just don't get it, but I assume that it's just trolling. Like, you can't possibly think that you're on that same level. And, like, maybe fame-wise, like, with the internet and all that, like, it's possible he's, like, just as famous to some extent, like, now as they were at the time. But that's like being, like, you know, as a rapper now, like, I'm as big as Jay-Z. It's like, imagine if those guys could have kept going, what they'd be doing. Because, I mean, God forbid, and, like, thank God we didn't, but, like, if Hov were gone, you know, before his time, who's to say that he would have reached the levels he reached, that people wouldn't be out here saying the same? So it's like, I get Kodak being like, maybe he's like the modern day Big or Pac, but like, it makes me sick to my stomach to eat.
Yeah. It makes me sick too, because my show is based on real lyrics, dope artists with the lyrics that still represent that old school sound. But I also I also give attention to some dope trap artists as well, because I do like some trap artists out here.
Who are some of your favorite trap artists?
Some of my favorite trap artists. Ooh, that's tough. I like Gucci Mane.
Okay, Gucci.
Gucci Mane isn't bad.
I like Gucci.
Let's see who else.
Denzel Curry.
Yeah, Denzel Curry I do like.
Yeah, he got that fusion.
You know who my favorite artist right now is?
Who's your favorite artist?
Trippie Redd.
Trippie Redd.
Yup.
Okay.
Because he's super diverse.
Interesting.
How do you feel about Lil Uzi Vert
Lil Uzi.
retiring?
I think I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know why he retired. I assume it's just like bad label stuff. So I can't knock it. I'm sure he's making music somewhere, but it's like there's a difference between like being an artist and an entertainer, and like I'm not knocking him for not wanting to be an entertainer.
But Kodak, to me, that statement just like had me like shook almost, because like
Is that you?
Nas, Biggie, Tupac are on a whole other world to me, and for him himself to put that in that, I mean, I get that he may be a troll or whatever, but then when he came out and said that Tupac and Biggie are only legends because they died, I'm like, what?
I really like what YBN Cordae is doing, where it's like I think he's probably more.
That's right. I was reading about him.
Like he's more of like how a Biggie or Tupac would have been, but like maybe not as big, like as poppin', maybe like not as famous, but like just quality of music wise and bars wise. But like Kodak is the Tupac of his world, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, is I think people are kind of in their own worlds now. Social media changed it so much, so it's like it's hard to knock what anybody's saying, especially when you have so many people trolling and just saying outrageous stuff. Like, we don't know if he actually even believes that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just talking, and then we're here talking about it, and it's like he kind of wins. So, I mean, I get the approach. But it's like I don't want to talk politics on this show, but it's a syndrome that's.
You can.
I don't want to. I don't want half of your people to tune out. But like it's a syndrome that I think is bleeding throughout more than just hip hop. I think that across the board a lot of people are saying a lot of outrageous things to get attention and, you know, stay in positions where they're able to kind of make moves and do what they got to do. So
kind of like 6ix9ine when he said he was the king of New York.
Yeah, I mean 6ix9ine was the king of New York. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I know. I don't care if you make that face at me, Max. I said it. He was the king of New York. He was out here really running-ish.
I get it.
Him and Cardi B, like, and think about who was as big as that before. Since Big. Like,
yeah.
Hove is, I guess, the king of New York, but, like, Hove moved to L.A.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, 6ix9ine, for what we got, king of New York, man, but he definitely wasn't moving smart.
Does it pain you to say it though, or you're just fine with it? I mean, I get that he worked hard with it with social media.
Things upset me more than saying that. There's definitely things that upset me more. I think he earned it, but I also think that there's, you know, circumstances where people kind of are preventing from being like a bigger king of New York, the way that LA has, or maybe Atlanta has with like a Future or a Kendrick in LA, but it's hard to say. I mean, I'd love to see somebody rise to the occasion, but you also have, like, the way I'm looking at it is this. You have 6ix9ine, you have a Joey Badass maybe, an Action Bronson, an A$AP Rocky, Cardi B, Casanova. Like, I mean, who else is going to be the king of New York? It's really got to be, like, Cardi or 6ix9ine. And I mean, again, 6ix9ine, obviously he lost the crown. He's you know, caught up in his situation, and you know, I hope they work that out. But I can't knock what he said, man. I can't knock him for saying it. He was definitely out here ruling-ish.
You're 100% right, though. I agree with your point. It makes sense. I mean, some people just say that he's the king of New York, don't have a reason for it. You actually laid out the reason tonight on the show.
They ran down game on this city, bro. Like, 6ix9ine ran down on this city.
Now, what's he like? You've been around him.
He was a cool kid. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I was with him at a club. We did a party together in the Hamptons, and it was like a lot of people around. So I mean, he was cool. He wasn't like a bad kid.
No.
He didn't strike me as like a bad kid, but I mean, I met him on a night where nothing really happened. So, you know, I mean, the party was lit.
You're also at SOB's last night, right?
I was at SOB's last night. It was awesome, but it caught me by surprise. So, like, I forgot that I had the event last night, and I was in the city doing interviews at, like, 4 o'clock. I was on 2 hours of sleep because somebody made me watch the Amy Schumer special. And I was watching the Amy Schumer special, and I went to bed at, like, 6 o'clock, and I woke up at 7, and then I went to the radio station in Long Island for 9, and I did the show and left. I went to the city for 1, and by the time, like, all the interviews and everything was done, it was, like, 5, 6 o'clock, and I wanted to go home, and I was, like, done. And then I got a text, like, yo, so the arrival time's 7:30. And I was like, wait, what? It was like, you got to be here at 7:30. We're doing 7:30 to 11. There's 17 artists. I was like, oh. But, you know, once you promise you're going to be somewhere, you got to be there. And honestly, it's like, I love seeing the artists. Like, I feel like it'd be messed up to not. Like, if I commit to, like, being there to see artists, I should be there to see artists. But it was tiring, man. Honestly, getting through that show was a little intense. But shout out to SOBs. They hooked me up some buffalo wings. Like, you know, we kept it pushing. Big up Scott Morris, more bookings, the whole family there. My girl Aisha, girl Sylvie. It was lit. It's always a good time. Like, I love hanging out with, like, the guy that books me is cool as hell. And, like, the company, more bookings, like, the way they run their shows is, like, it's always a great time. I was just super tired last night. But then I got like 5 hours of sleep, and I woke up today and went to the pool and the gym and was like just wearing myself down again.
Man.
Madness, bro.
You're gonna feel like a zombie though. You do the night shifts and then you got a lot of work, but it's a grind though.
Well, I mean, that's why I started this interview thanking you for the Starbucks.
You already know. It'll keep you energized here for the night and your interviews later tonight.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be lit. I'm excited. I'm really like the first time I met Partisan Fontaine, I interviewed him as like almost a secondary. So he kind of came to support Manolo Rose. And this is way before he was writing for Kanye, way before he was dropping records with Cardi. It was just like good quality music that him and Manolo were doing. And the fact that it's kind of come full circle and that I get to sit with him again as like a bigger star, and like not only like him being a bigger star, but like when I interviewed him the first time it was for Feed the Meter, which was like a podcast with me and DJ Juanito. Now to be able to do it for radio is pretty dope. So I'm looking forward to that.
And you also got another podcast too, wherever the heck you're going.
Yeah, that's done. Like, I mean, we honestly, I have like 4 or 5 podcasts that I've started that we never finished. I have times where it's like I'm hanging out with my friends and there's always microphones around, so it's like, oh, we should just podcast, and we'll do like 3 or 4 episodes and think it'll be a thing, and then we'll just stop. Like my favorite one that we ever did, I did one with my friend Bass Vinny called the Sauce Cast, and it was just super saucy, and we would talk about the dumbest ish. It was like he had a whole story about his family's barbecue and like him wearing some crazy pants, but like I don't know, it's like anything organic, man. Like if I sit down and there's a microphone on, I just like having fun.
Now, you've been on this long journey for a long time. I read your story. It's a real inspiration to people like me, and I'm sure to thousands and millions of people around the world who know you. And it's really touching. And now, what drew you to want to become a radio host?
I honestly, I didn't even want to be a radio host necessarily. Like, I didn't love radio or in particular, or just like anything like that. When I lived in Queens, like, you know, I was like 11, 12 years old, and I was working at a hair salon on 30th and 37th in Astoria, like 2 blocks from Steinway. And there was a mixtape spot, and I would go there with like the tips that I made at the hair salon, whatever, and like just buy mixtapes. And I always just kind of liked being in the mix of like the artists and the DJs and like meeting people. And, you know, as I grew up, I would always go to shows and sneak backstage and just try and meet people and be around. So like really what got me into it was just wanting to be around music in general and just like creatives and like pick the brains of artists that were kind of like guiding me through life. Because like, for example, I met Rosenberg at Rock the Bells. I was trying to win tickets and go to Rock the Bells just to meet Nas. And like
that's your idol.
And I wanted to meet Nas because it's like as a kid in Queens, you listen to Nas, it's like it really speaks like truth to your story, you know, like you could relate to so much of it. So it's like as a kid thinking that like, oh my gosh, like if I could only meet Nas and like pick his brain like on how he got successful out of a similar circumstance, like that's really what attracted me to it, was like really trying to learn people's stories and like understand that there's like pathways out of circumstances. And like you learn stuff, like honestly, like I love listening to Drake, I love listening to like Kanye, like you're able to pick up so many bits and pieces and put them together and like really see like, you know, just different, like it helps you form your morals and like character traits and just everything. So like hip hop for me wasn't even so much about getting into radio as much as it was just like being around like things that I kind of related to and trying to be like in a more positive situation than I was in.
Now, you wrote to Rosenberg, and as well as many people at Hot 97 at the time, and Rosenberg was the only one who responded, right?
He did. He is. I was in the group home for like some time, and they would bring us to the library, and I wrote to everybody there, like the same message, and just like copy and pasted this long message. And he's the only one that hit me back and gave me like good advice, man. And it turned out that we linked up like years later, and it actually paid off. But I remember sending the message just out of like desperation. I was just like locked in this group home. I was probably like a year in, and just frustrated. And like I'd always listen to Hot 97 tapes. Like as a kid, I was always into the mixtapes, and like I listened to tons of Hot 97 ones. And honestly, I wasn't even super big on radio. Like I didn't have a car. I took the train everywhere as a kid. Like I never listened to the radio. I just listened to the tapes, and like trying to be in the mix of like radio wasn't even a thought. Like it just kind of chose me, honestly.
Now you won tickets. Was it 3 times to Rock the Bells, right?
3 times.
three times a charm, and that charm worked.
The charm did work. I don't know how the heck I won 3 times, but every year for the same show I would win. It's like, it was craziness. And honestly, I would always like be coming back from a job or working an event or doing something, and I would just text in on a whim. Like it wasn't even like I was actively calling all day. It was just like it happened to work out that like when I called these couple of times, it just paid off, and it happened to be for the same show, to see the same artist, and Rosenberg was always the same host. And like I don't know, man, like that'll never make sense to me how I won tickets 3 times. That will never ever make sense.
Well, they say everything happens for a reason, and that reason is that you're the radio host overnights, 12 to 5 a.m. at Hot 97.
Crazy.
And you also do some other work there. You're the board op for Ebro in the morning as well sometimes, right?
I haven't done it in a while,
and
but
Funk Flex too.
I backed up Ebro's boards for some time. I did Flex's boards every Saturday for like 5 years. I was doing the Saturday night mix show. So like, yeah, I mean, I do a lot of stuff. I think to be in radio and working at a station, you have to do 10 things. Like just to be in music in general, like you have to kind of be a marketing guy, a sales guy, like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I always just try and be helpful wherever I can. And like I said, like I didn't really have the intention of being on radio. So coming up, it was like, if I could sit in a room with Ebro, I'm sitting in that room and doing whatever I could do. If I could be around Flex, you need somebody Saturday, done. Like whatever it is that you could do to be around it, like that was really my thing.
Now, you grew up during an interesting time in hip hop. You had the East Coast, West Coast beef. What was that like growing up during that time?
The East Coast, West Coast beef? I was like 7, 6, and 5. I don't remember, what was that, like 95, 6? I was too young to remember the beef, but I definitely remember when like Big passed, and I remember Pac passing and that like being a big deal. I came on to rap like a little bit after, but like went back to kind of listen to Big and Pac. Like they were kind of the introduction. But like I came across them probably like right after they passed in like 99, 2000 is like 10, 11 years old. Like when I started taking the train to work. Like I know it's crazy, like 10 years old, but like I would take the train from you know where I lived to, it was like I was living in Jackson Heights, and I would just take the train to Astoria or wherever it was. It was so long ago, but I really like, I would go back to listen to Big and Pac because I knew they had passed and like they were the biggest thing. Like I didn't fully understand hip hop at the time. I didn't know how to find it. I didn't know where it was at. Like I didn't listen to radio. Like I had a babysitter that would play rap in the car, and like that's kind of what started getting me into it. Like, and you know when I would go to work, I would just kind of you know pick up where she had left off during the week, and Saturday, Sunday just be all wrapped out, man. Just had like CD player.
Now, I'm not going to expect you to remember this, but do you remember what song attracted you to hip-hop?
Yeah. The most random song ever attracted me to hip-hop. Bone Crusher, Never Scared. I know that sounds crazy, but the babysitter would literally blast Bone Crusher, Never Scared. And I was like, nah, this is it. This is it. And, like, after that, I just kind of started going down the different roads, like, I really would get into an artist and listen to all their stuff, and it would be a situation where it's like, okay, like, I listen to Big first. Oh, now Big and Pac had a thing. Let me listen to Pac. And I listen to Pac, and then it'd be like, listen to West Coast stuff. And then I've been back on the East Coast listening to, like, Mobb Deep, and then I came across Nas, and then 50 came out. And, like, once 50 came out, that was it. Once 50 came out, I was sold.
Oh, so you're a big 50 guy then?
Big 50 guy. Send dried mango to Mike. He I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry.
Someone on your live.
Oh yeah, nah. She's saying send dried mangoes. Don't bring any dried mangoes in the studio. I don't like dried mangoes at all.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, my assistant's name is Dried Mango. Because he eats dried mangoes.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, no, don't shout out to him.
No.
Take that one back, Max.
Take it back.
Take the shout out back,
all
Max.
Right. Shout outs taken back.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I loved Bone Crusher and like all kinds of stuff, and then 50 came out, and it was like once 50 came out, like he was talking so much ish, man, and then them tapes like were hitting, and then he had like the Smack DVDs, and then it was like him and Game had beef, and then it's just like one thing after another. I was just like rap.
Now, when the Game and 50 had beef, that also involved Hot 97 as well.
Yeah, see, I had nothing to do with Hot 97 at the time, but I was selling mixtapes, and I remember the tapes like just flying of like all the Smack DVDs. Game did one video where he went to like, it was like some Black Wall Street thing where he went to 50's house at one point in like Connecticut and was like playing basketball on his court, and like it was just madness. Like they were going at each other. So, and I saw 50 at the time. Like, I actually got to, I went to a 50 show at Jones Beach, like, at the time, and I got to meet him, whatever, and I was just hyped, like, and this is when G-Unit was, like, still a big thing. Like, he was wearing the vests and, like, wild stuff, man. It's, like, it's crazy. I haven't thought about that stuff in a while, but, like, once 50 came, that was it for me.
Favorite 50 Cent record?
Favorite 50 Cent record? There's so many. I love anything off of Get Rich or Die Trying. I love St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I mean, I was really a big fan of like Many Men.
Many Men.
I really like Many Men.
It starts off with the intro with the coin dropping and Get Rich or Die Trying. Then it hits the What Up Gangsta.
What Up
banger.
Gangsta.
What a banger.
Hang on, there was so many. I'm gonna look up 50's track list so I could be like completely honest.
In the club.
In the club,
waiting.
Bro, all day. Like, he had hit after hit after hit. I liked Candy Shop, man. People didn't like Candy Shop. I thought that was a smash. I was like, yo, all day. In My Hood.
In My Hood was a
Piggy
banger.
Bang.
This is 50.
Out of Control. Get in My Car. Bro, Get in My Car was crazy. Crazy.
50 Cent had the classics. I remember being first grade listening to that.
Straight to the
Massacre
bank. He had smashes, man. I don't know how he stopped making hits. Like, respect to 50, but like, what happened that he stopped making smashes?
Yeah,
like
what
that?
happened? Because, like, what was the album after? Before I Self-Destruct? Was that the next one after that one?
Yeah, whatever came after the Massacre was like, that was it.
And I think it was the other one, too, was the one with Get Money on it.
Yeah, then he had Animal Ambition. It's so crazy to look at this, because it's like...
What did you think of Animal Ambition?
Animal Ambition? I didn't like it. I didn't like any of the other stuff. I liked the Massacre and Get Rich or Die Trying, I guess, in retrospect, which is crazy, because I'm looking at all his stuff, like... The fact that it was just 2 projects that I really enjoyed. Oh, and I guess Power of a Dollar, but like 3 projects of the 7 or 8 that he's released, and like that he's such a big star is insane.
Would you consider 50 Cent the best artist of the early 2000s?
The best artist? In my opinion, I guess. I mean, it's hard to say. There were a lot of great artists that were coming out early 2000s, and like it was really like a vibe. Like I remember I was a Nelly fan. Like I love Country Grammar.
I was a huge Nelly fan.
I was super into Country Grammar. Super into like we can't even say because then there was Eminem.
Yeah,
How about Slim Shady? So it was like
one of the goats.
Yeah, so there was just so much good music coming out. It's hard to say he was like the best, but he was definitely my favorite.
I would also consider Nelly in there. Country Grammar, Nellyville.
Nellyville was lit.
Air Force Ones.
Bro.
I remember when I was young, I used to put the little tape on there.
You would put tape? I'd never gotten into tape, but yeah. I respect you for being so committed.
I never knew like what it meant until I was older. I remember loving Nelly though. Nelly was one of my idols.
Yeah, he made my boo. Like he made my boo.
Yeah.
Like, come on, smash. I don't care what anybody says. My boo is a smash.
Yeah. What about Eminem? What's your favorite Eminem record? I know you're a big Eminem guy.
I like a lot of Eminem records. There's one where he's like, it's like what's the first project ever that he dropped before? It wasn't Infinite, it was the one right after that.
Oh, the Slim Shady LP, was that it?
Nah, I'm gonna find it. Or it might have actually, was it the Slim Shady LP? He had one, yeah, the Slim Shady LP. He had one with his daughter where she's like, Daddy, oh, my dad's gone crazy. I love My Dad's Gone Crazy. I loved Superman. I loved the PSA. Yeah. My Name Is
Role Model.
My favorite Eminem song is Kill You.
Okay.
Kill You. I love it. My favorite.
I like 3 a.m. I'm a big 3 a.m. guy off of, what was it, Relapse?
Yeah.
I think it was off of Relapse.
Okay. Then yeah, the newer projects were pretty good. There was like not the most recent ones, but like The newer ones, they were pretty good records on, like here and there. It was like there was Space Cowboy or Spaceman or something. There was a few of them that I was like kind of into, but like not the overall project. He definitely fell off after like Encore. Recovery though, I really like. One of my favorite Eminem songs is Almost Famous from Recovery, or 25 to Life was amazing too.
Recovery
or Spacebound.
Yeah, Spacebound was a good one. No Love with Lil Wayne was also good as well.
Great record.
A lot of people give what was it? The one with Recovery. They give Recovery a lot of slack, but that was a great album.
Yeah, no, definitely.
What do you think about his newer albums?
I don't really like him.
Yeah, I didn't even get to listen to the latest ones really.
Yeah, I mean, I listened, like, I did like a once over. Shout out to Fresher. I like the record that him and Fresher had. That was a cool one. He has like here and there. He had a record with Jesse Reyes that was really good, but it's not the same energy, man. It's like listening to a different artist almost.
It is. It's like his voice changed too. Is that just me? Is it style or something? Something changed.
His voice definitely changed.
Yeah, nah, he just like he got off drugs, like plain and simple. Eminem was like, I'm done doing drugs, and then the music just started falling apart.
What'd you think of the whole MGK diss?
Man, next question. Come on. Nah, MGK, I don't know. I like MGK, but he's a wild one. He's nutty.
I think it was a pretty good diss, though.
It was good.
It was
he
good,
could
but
rap. I mean, but I don't think anybody was ever questioning if he could rap. It's like
you're going after Eminem. It's a little tough.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, I don't know, man. I didn't put too much weight into it. I think it's like I look at Eminem as like a defenseless man at this point, and like anybody coming at him, just like, oh, leave him alone. Like, if you piss him off, he's gonna like, he's gonna
blow up on
He's like gonna blow up as like a bitter old man. Like, I don't know. I really, once Eminem like stopped really being like that mainstream like poppin' dude, I just kind of like lost all interest in like keeping up with everything. Like, I respect him, I love him, like I definitely appreciate him for, you know, what he's done. I went to one of his shows as a kid. I remember Ludacris opened for him. It was like I don't think it was a Slim Shady MP. It was like Curtain Call or something. I went to that tour, and like he was amazing. Like, Eminem's always like been one of my favorites and one of the greatest. But like at this point, I'm just tuned out. I mean, honestly, same for Nas, man. I hate to say it, but I'm tuned out. Like, it's not the same. They haven't reinvented themselves in a way that I'm like super impressed with them.
Now, do you think for his newest tape, do you think it was the Kanye producing? Some people, his producing overrode Nas's lyrics.
I mean, I don't know. Kanye's a monster in his own right. See, to be honest, Kanye is probably like my favorite. It's hard to say, because like, to be honest, off top, like I'll say Drake, Kanye, Jay, like I love Outkast, I love Kendrick, but like Kanye I think is like my low-key favorite just because he's such an artist. Like, he's so crazy, and the finesse, like if he, like I don't know if it's finesse or if he's just the luckiest guy ever, but like whatever he's doing to like always stay relevant and like I don't know if it's calculated or not calculated. It's just, I'm tuned in. Like, no matter what, I'm tuned in.
Now, we all know that Kanye is a little controversial now. What do you feel like being a Kanye fan when he put the MAGA hat on?
I mean, that hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt.
It hurt a lot of fans.
I don't like talking politics just because I feel like it turns so many people off, and like everybody has opinions on it. Being 100%, I'm not a Trump fan.
Neither am I.
I'm not a Trump fan, I think, for different reasons than the average person is. Obviously, the racism and all that stuff, I hate all of that. Like, that's ridiculous. But for me, it's just, like, in general, as, like, a president, it's just, like, you should be more polished and professional. That's just how I feel. Like if all the other stuff, like, and granted, I watch Fox News and CNN and all of the news networks. Like, I definitely have, like, very, very strong opinions on politics. But, like, all of my personal beliefs and opinions and everything put aside, I just would like to see somebody that's more professional. That's really it.
Yeah, we need to go back to that.
I mean, even, I don't know if we've ever really had it either. Like, I mean, I think Obama was way more professional. I definitely...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, you definitely didn't see him as much on the news. Like, Trump, he's on every day. He's sucking the oxygen out of the air.
That's my thing, is, like, it's the professionalism. It's, like, you know, I would never defend him. I think he's a horrible dude.
Oh,
too.
no,
like, and like I said, I have my opinions. Like, it's just, I don't want to drag him for the same stuff everybody else drags him for. I feel like just jumping on, like, the bashing Trump bandwagon is, like, the cool thing to do. And it's just, like, for me, I personally feel like he needs to address racism. He needs to be addressing these shootings. They need to address, like, you know, the gun laws and the NRA, and, like, there's so many things that need to be addressed, and I really just think it starts with somebody who carries themselves like a diplomatic person and not somebody who's just carrying themselves in the way that we've consistently seen him do so.
Yeah, I was reading some articles in the paper online that Black Lives Matter members are actually being killed, and it's not even being reported on the news.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff happening, man. It's a bad situation out there, and, like, to be honest, like, the whole Black Lives Matter stuff, like, it's crazy that so many people are coming together and doing such amazing stuff. Like Black Lives Matter is one of the biggest movements, and it came together in such essentially like a shorter amount of time. Like, we've had the KKK has been around forever. You get what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter is 10 times bigger and more powerful, and, like, the fact that nobody's listening is just disgusting to me, because it's like the proof is in the numbers. It's in the numbers, and it's like, you know, we saw what happened with Australia. There was just a horrible, you know, mass shooting out there. The next day they're putting laws into effect.
Yeah.
So, like, again, it's I hate the, like, you know, I hate talking politics because I feel like people don't know the policy. And, like, I only know so much of the policy, and I'm super into it. Like, I'm really, like, I love politics, but, like, I only know so much of the policy, and it changes constantly, and it's always something, like, unless you're watching C-SPAN all day, like, there's no way to really, you know. So it's just, like, I think a lot of it's opinion, and ultimately for me, it's just, like, if I'm going to have an opinion on who should be in charge of stuff, it should be somebody who carries himself well, who's not really committed to one belief or another, and is able to find the balance in everything. There's a balance in everything, and to just always be like, it has to be this or that is crazy. Like, there's compromise in a lot of places, and I just think that whoever's in charge should be, like, primarily, like, we need to find that balance.
Now, I also want to bring this up related to hip-hop with the subject of politics, because back in the day, you had many hip-hop artists, such as Public Enemy, NWA, who spoke up about politics and issues in the country. Do you feel like there's rappers that should speak up today?
I mean, there's definitely rappers that are out here talking.
YG.
There's a lot. Look at Kanye. We, like, you know, there's so many rappers out here that talk politics. It's, you know.
But I mean, like, calling it for what it is, though, because Kanye is kind of on Trump's side.
I mean, he's calling it for what he feels like it is. You know, YG calls it for what he feels it is. It's, again, it's just so opinionated. And, like, music, I'll always say, like, you should be able to talk about anything. There shouldn't be any censor on music, like, at all. But, like, politics are politics, man. It's really tough. It's such a hard balance to find, and it's so swayed that there's really, like, at this point, like, you know how they say, like, don't tell me the problem unless you can tell me the solution? That's my problem. Is, like, I don't want to complain about stuff because I don't have the answers. I could only say what I personally feel about it.
Agreed. And going back to the old school hip hop with Public Enemy, NWA, great groups, did a lot for hip hop on the scene during the whole Reagan era. And who are some other artists that attracted you from the 90s? Did you like DITC with Big L? You had also the Terror Squad with Big Pun. How about those artists who are real lyrical? I
mean, you have to mention Big L for sure. Big
Rest
L,
in peace, one of the greatest to do it on the mic. He killed it.
Bro, like, the fact that Big L, that kids, because you're what, you're 19? I'm 28. Like, the fact that you're 19 and are talking about Big L, and he died at, like, what, in his early 20s? Like, he didn't have big recognition at the time, like how Biggie did and Pac, and, like, just strictly off the bars to be able to, like, make an impact is crazy. And I wish there was more music. I wish there was more of him and Pun and all of that, man. But time must go on.
Yeah, rest in peace. But Big Pun, though, he changed the game for Latino rappers because he was the first one to go platinum.
Yeah, nah.
Capital Punishment, one of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion.
Big Pun was a beast, man, and, like, what I love so much is, like, he was one of the first, in my opinion, that was really, like, a character. Like, I think everybody was like a character, like. But when you talk about like the OGs being characters, it's like there's Slick Rick, there's Pun, like I don't know. I mean, I wasn't around for like the Rakims and all, but I just don't see Rakim being much more of a character than like, okay, he's the GOAT at the time.
Yeah.
But like Pun was animated. Like Pun was just like, he talked crazy. The interviews sounded crazy. Like
no one could ever rap with the dead in the middle, little Italy, little do we know that whole line.
Dead in the middle of little Italy, little do we know that we been on some middlemen who didn't do diddly. There we go. I had to challenge your rap skills, man.
I knew it, but
fire.
That whole line.
Yeah, no, the way they flipped words was crazy. And honestly, I think the way that, like, they flipped words back in the day in general, like, was insane. Like, the fact that we lost that, it's disgusting to me that artists aren't at least challenging themselves.
No.
Everything sounds the same. Everything Rich the Kid puts out sounds the same.
Mm-hmm. You had a good interview with him, though.
I had a great interview with him, but everything he puts out sounds the same. And it's like, it's frustrating. That's why I say Trippy's my favorite, because Trippy at least puts out different stuff.
What about Fetty Wap? How you feel about Fetty Wap?
Man, I like Fetty, but Fetty's like, see, the thing is with me now being in the industry, and Fetty's he's a nice guy, don't get it twisted. I'm not going to say anything crazy about him. But Fetty, being in the industry for me now, is like had the biggest opportunity to transition into a huge mainstream star and messed it up with just bad decision making. And that turns me off to the music, to everything. Like, you're out here, every year he has another kid. Every year he's getting hurt or like has a problem and it's just like, yo, you have such an opportunity. Like, you know, kids are killing every day to try and get these situations for themselves. And you're out here with 5 number ones and you still couldn't like come on, bro. Like, come on. And the music's great. Like, don't get it twisted. The music is amazing, but it's like, I don't understand how somebody could have so much potential and just be dropping the ball like it's a hot potato.
Agreed. Agreed. I was a big Fetty Wap guy. That first album.
He had fire, bro.
Yeah.
He came out like Trap Queen and all that.
Different sound. I liked Fetty Wap. And going back to the lyrical rhymes we can go way back too with the Juice Crew, Cool G Rap, Master Ace, Mike Geronimo, Royal Flush, all of them.
Facts.
And it's a different landscape today. Who do you think changed the game, in your opinion, with their style and which it became trap and mumble rap, as people call it?
Wayne, bro.
Lil Wayne? I agree. I think Lil Wayne, but I love Wayne.
50 led up to it with the trolling, but Wayne, bro, he changed the game.
I love Wayne, though.
Wayne made it like you could be, like, straight up Wayne was basically competing with a bunch of dudes that were like, it's about the bars, it's about the beats, it's about rap.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm going to just wear crazy colorful stuff with long hair and just be sipping lean and not care about anything. Yeah. And like, look, what do we have now? Wayne single-handedly, in my opinion, changed the game. I mean, you have influence as far as sauce goes when it comes to like the Andre 3000s had a lot of influence. Obviously 50, there was, there's a lot of people that have changed it, but like I'll put it this way, when Drake came out, under Wayne, it was great because it's great music, and it was like the vibe was different, but like essentially he's like, more similar to the people even before Wayne. He's closer to, like those guys that were really just putting together creative like raps. And the production changed, but like Wayne, the way he spoke, the references, like everything, bro. Like Wayne changed the game for sure.
And it was all off the top too, right?
Yeah, it made no sense. Like, what the hell?
I watched one of the documentaries, and he just like sits in front of the microphone, the beat drops in his headphones, and he's just off with it.
And
off
he
the beat.
still does it.
Yeah.
It's like where Eminem got off drugs and like couldn't make music really the same. Wayne is still out here making smashes.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I know, he's off drugs. So
what do you think of the Carter 5?
I thought it was cool. I didn't love it, but like there was some hits on there, man, and it was more so than I could say. Like it definitely made more of an impact culturally than like more recent Eminem did. Like, so I mean, I respect the hell out of Wayne, man.
It was good to hear from him again.
Yeah, it was great to hear from him. Like knowing the story and like the history of him and Baby, and like how long it got held up and how many times it was gonna come and it didn't come. Like the anticipation was like. I mean, we got something great from it. Like, I'll tell you this much: I'm still waiting for Dre to drop. Like, and who knows if that'll ever happen? But I don't think even if he does drop, that it's gonna be.
You're talking about Detox?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I just like, if Detox ever comes out, I don't know if it'll even be like, is it gonna be more like a recovery or is it gonna be more like Carter 5? Because the Carter 5 for like a comeback album is like it's still pretty good, man.
Do you think it was worth the hype and worth the wait?
No. I don't think it's ever worth the wait, honestly. Like, I mean, the build-ups are always so crazy that it's like, all right, but like I want my music and I want it now.
Now, Lil Wayne's done a lot for the game, as we all know. Drake, Nicki Minaj, we can go on and on. What do you think about Drake and the whole rumor behind the ghostwriters? Do you still see Drake for who he is?
Yeah. I don't hold anything against Drake. I think Drake is.
I don't either. I think he's a dope artist.
I wish that I had an artist that I could manage to compete with Drake, because it's like I see every move he makes, I read through it, I know exactly what he's doing, I see the finesse, I know people that personally know him, I see how he talks to them, I see like everything Drake does, I completely get inside out, from the fact that he's a kid from the suburbs and like why exactly he moves how he moves, to like how he works himself into like the more like, you know, the stuff he was doing in Miami and like the hood stuff. Like, I just wish I could compete with Drake, man. Like, I see everything you do, Drizzy, and I'm coming for you one day.
Now, I know you met him a few times, right?
I did. I met Drake twice.
Yeah, I remember the first time it was a good experience. The second time he shot you a look. Was that what it was?
Yeah, the first time I met Drake, he gave me a hug, and I was like, wow, people are really nice in Canada. Like, I met him at Summer Jam. He gave me a big hug. Was like super nice guy, really cool, and like that was it. You know, we chopped it up for like 5 minutes, and it was cool. I met him again a couple years later at the U.S. Open, and he had sun in his eyes, and I like offered him sunglasses, and he just like blank stared me, and I was like, obviously I didn't expect him to remember me at all, but like I assumed that like a fan walking up to him, he'd be like nice to him. Nah, he was not having it. He was not having
really?
it. I spoke to somebody later that was close to him, and they said it's probably because I like offered him Ray-Bans, and he doesn't like Ray-Bans, and like that disappointed me to hear that we like. But I mean, I don't judge him for it. He's a light-skinned dude. Like, so Drake is a light-skinned dude to the fullest. The way he slides in DMs, the way he turns down Ray-Bans, like, that's Drake, man. He's one of the greatest, though, like, if not the greatest, honestly.
Oh, yeah, of this generation and what he's done.
In general, I think Drake may be the greatest.
Even out of every generation, he's the greatest.
Everything. He's like Michael Jackson, bro. There's hit after hit after hit. Finessing the game, staying relevant. I don't always respect him, but I mean, I can't be mad at him. I can't. Like, there's moves I make that I'm like, wow, that's corny, but like, I can't even knock it, bro. Like, he's doing exactly what I would do if I was in that position, so I can't knock it.
What did you think of Scorpion?
Cool, great project. A little long. I don't love R&B Drake, but I know there are people that do, and like, again, the finesse is there, bro. Like, I can't knock it.
What's your favorite Drake project?
Believe it or not, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Really?
It's my favorite. I love it. I don't know why. There's a lot of songs that I love of Drake's. There's a lot
10
of
bands.
Bro, like, it's a Jungle,
Jungle.
Legend, 10 bands.
No Telling.
Bro, No Telling. Like, that whole project knocks. And like I said, there's other projects of his that I do love. There are other records of his that I love. But, like, yo, if you're reading this, it's too late. He went off, bro.
He dropped it out of nowhere, too. It was at midnight. I remember I was sophomore in high school.
Yeah, it's like, it's too late. Boom. I got it. I was not too late. Like, I read it, and I was not too late. I was like, nope, I'm not late. This just came out. I was the first one to play a lot of that stuff on the radio. Like, the past 3 years, every release, I'm, like, the first one to play. I get no credit for it. I'd be on my computer refreshing and cleaning records nonstop, like when they drop every Thursday. I'm like the first one to play all that stuff, and I hear these records and I'm just like hype, and then I throw them on the radio, and then like a couple days goes by and it becomes a thing, and I'm like, it's awesome, man.
You're a real one. You're a real one. You do that. A lot of DJs don't. They just have their preference and they just throw.
I mean, I'm that guy too. I'd like to not put myself in a box. Like, I'm a little bit of both. Like, I'd be ignorant to say that, like, I don't have days where, like, you know, my vibe, I'd say, like, there are days where my vibe dictates what I play, you know, but then there's other days where it's like, nah, if this is hot, like, even if I'm not in the mood for some street-ish, the city needs it.
Now, with Drake, he's got the many different sounds. Take Care was my favorite project.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said you don't like the R&B Drake, but I mean Marvin's Room, that's like a classic to me. I don't know what it is about that song.
Marvin's Room?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll make you cry and go to sleep in your room.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think of the other one that I like off there. Headlines off. When that video dropped, that was just like groundbreaking. For me.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Headlines.
Headlines. Yeah, I liked Headlines too. I mean, it's weird. Drake's like it's a weird thing. Like, there's so many records, man. Like, we could go all day. Headlines was great.
Yeah.
That whole project was great too.
Now
we talk Drake all day.
Yeah. Now you're the voice of the midnight of New York. We all know that, and
tell him.
You're the voice of New York.
Tell
you're the
him.
Voice of midnight New York.
Well, Angie's the voice of New York, but
yeah, but you're the voice of midnight. You're the voice of midnight.
I'm the voice of overnights in New York for sure.
That's right. And
for sure. Take that.
Who do you believe is the voice of New York and hip hop right now?
You trying to get me in trouble? I don't know if I could say that. I have very strong opinions on that, and I don't know if I could say who I think is the voice of New York.
Dave East? I'm a big Dave East guy. I love Dave East. I think he embodies
Dave East is not the voice of New York, bro.
Really?
No, absolutely not.
I think that gritty, that old school culture.
If we're gonna give the voice of New York to anybody, it's gonna be either Flex, it's gonna be Ebro, it's gonna be Charlemagne to some extent. It's hard to say. The voice of New York. 6ix9ine is the voice of New York. Real talk, like you want to keep it 100, you want to know what New York really sounds like, it's 6ix9ine.
But does 6ix9ine really represent that real New York?
No, not at all.
Sound?
He doesn't represent real New York at all, but he is like, bro, look around. Every kid out here is on that ish.
Yeah, you're right.
Every kid out here is on that.
Am I the only one that's listening to Dave East then, or?
Yes.
Straight up. I'm feeling a little lonely right now.
And don't get me wrong, I love Dave East and like big up Buddha and Grands, but like, yes, you're the only one listening.
Yo, yeah, he don't slap like that, man. Like,
it's not.
Hold on a minute. What about the Demons?
No, I'm just saying.
He's not consistent.
Kids aren't listening to him like that. Like, you don't see like.
He's good, but it's just like
exactly.
No, bro. Nah.
You hear kids bumping that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's
what the kids
like.
DJ Versity says that he listens to Dave East.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for me.
There you go. He says thank you. Max says thank you.
Thank you. I'm not lonely now.
Yeah, he said, I know people that listen to Dave. People listen to Dave, but would you say he's the voice of New York?
I think, like, he represents that New York sound. It sounded back in the day with Nas, Jay-Z, all that.
You know who the voice of New York is? The CC show. CC is the voice of New York. Y'all know about CC?
No.
Oh, man. You got to follow at the CC show _ and just thank me later. He's the voice of New York for sure. It's real talk. I'm not going to lead y'all the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. Now, where do you see hip-hop going now? We're in the mainstream era of mumble rap, trap music, whatever anyone wants to call hip-hop. Where do you see the game heading?
Oh, where do I see the game heading?
Could we see it come back to lyrics?
She's about to cook me. My fault. I'm texting. She's about to cook me. Please don't cook me. I'm in the middle of an interview. Where do I see it heading? Mm-hmm. I see it heading, who knows, man? I don't know. I'd like to have faith that it's heading in a good direction. I don't know. It scares me, but it excites me.
I'm scared. Now, I'll admit I'm scared right now, though. I'm scared.
Who knows? Things happen so fast in this game, and, like, we never know what's next. And tomorrow it could be a whole new genre. It could be a whole new genre.
Right.
Straight up. Like, it's so hard to say what's next. I hope that there's less of the shootings and less of the beef. Like, I'll tell you the truth, bro, that, like, the Almighty J situation that happened up here, that disappoints the hell out of me because it's like, I think the problem is there's not enough labels that are stressing really having artists grow, and there's not enough labels that are, like, really pushing these kids to be great individuals and well-rounded creatives. A lot of them are just signing a ton of kids and just pushing out whatever the heck they, like, think is. And not even what they don't think. It's just they're pushing out whatever. It's like we're signing characters and not musicians, and we're killing music. We're not, like, we're creating a bigger market for, like, actors because we're killing music in general. Like, there's...
Yeah, we were saying that before with the whole online.
Yeah.
I'm still a CD collector.
Nah, and I respect it. I respect anybody that still collects CDs. I definitely don't. So, like, I mean, I wish I had all my CDs. But I mean, it's hard to say where it's gonna go. I hate the fact that it's just like there's no line drawn between musicians and actors. Like I hate the fact that Trippie Redd doesn't get credit for being the creative he is. And, you know, then there's artists out here that I'm not going to start dragging people, but there are artists out here dropping garbage, and they get just as much of a lit, I mean, not as much of a lit situation, but, like, just as much clout.
Yeah.
You know, like, clout.
Who was that guy? Who was it? The fight in the restaurant, Skinny from the Nine? Who's that? What is that?
Bro, beats me. I hate seeing that, too, because, like, that's, to cater to what I was going to say about the Jay situation, If I'm Jay, or if I'm whoever cut Jay, like, these are all rappers too, and these kids are signed to people that are screwing them every day out of money and situations and not helping them at all in the grand scheme, and, like, you're not cutting those people, not that you should cut anybody, but, like, why cut Almighty Jay? He's doing the same thing that you're doing. Like, it's senseless hate, and it makes us all look bad, and it kills our whole, like, culture, and it's just sloppy. It's a sloppy mess.
Now, whose projects are you looking forward to coming up?
Who am I looking forward to? I don't know. There's a lot of artists out here, man. I don't even know what's coming up, to be honest. I'd like to hear some new Kanye, just out of curiosity.
I want more Schoolboy Q. He dropped Num Num Juice.
Schoolboy. You know who I really like? And shout out to Sean. It's Big Sean. Big Sean is one of my favorites. He's like the lyrics, everything. And I saw he had something today. On his Instagram, he's been like kind of going through it, but I'd look forward to another Sean project.
Definitely. Now, I also want to bring sports into the discussion now because I also do a sports show. Okay,
I don't know anything about sports, but let's go.
Okay, I know with football, you're a Kaepernick supporter.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you.
I'm with Cap.
I'm with Cap as well, but here's the thing. I'm in a bad relationship with the Jets right now. Ride or die. I have to watch the Jets. That's my team. But
you're
Kaepernick,
bugging.
I think
if you're gonna be anti-NFL,
I'm with Cap though. I agree with you.
If you're not gonna be anti-NFL, at least be a fan of a team that's winning.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
No, I was born a Jets fan.
Like
so.
It's like the NFL is terrible enough. Let alone. You need to watch football to watch the Jets lose? Come on,
That's
man.
my team. I was born a Jet fan, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Who did you root
for? A Jets
for?
fan and a Dave East fan. What am I going to do with you?
Oh, no.
I guess I'm alone.
Oh,
man.
Sorry, slight shots. My apologies, Max. I still like you.
No, but who did you root for before the whole Cap situation? You want to mention that? You kind of
I'm such a random sports fan, bro. Like, honestly, I like teams like for a year based on who's on them. So like there was a year where I liked the Redskins, I liked the Eagles, I liked the Giants. Like and none of that makes sense.
You gotta. Well, I know you're.
If I was gonna be an NFL fan right now, I'd be an LA Rams fan strictly off the fact that I want to live in LA.
Okay.
Like I don't even know
LA's
who's on
nice
the team.
though. Well, it's according to Odell Beckham too.
Odell Beckham's a really nice guy. Like that's why I was a Giants fan, because I went out once with Rosenberg for his birthday, and Odell Beckham Jr. happened to be there at the dinner with us, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a Giants fan. Like Victor Cruz has always been super nice to me, so I'm gonna be a Giants fan. Like it's hard to say, man. Like the only sport that I really super got into was like basketball as a kid. I was like a big Latrell Sprewell fan, right?
You're a Knicks fan?
Not really. I like just anything, man. Like,
okay.
I follow the players more. Like I'm so big on people's characters that like it's hard to follow a whole team for me.
I could agree with that. I can see that. But we got Le'Veon Bell now on the Jets, so maybe you want to check him out.
Bro, come on. I'm gonna turn my own mic off. That was terrible. Don't talk about the Jet.
All right. So Hip Hop Mike, we brought you here. You did it's a dope interview. We got the cypher right now. You ready for the cypher?
Am I gonna rap?
Nah, we got St. John's own Sayku and Loko about to come in right now and do a little cypher. You know what it is. This is Sayku up first.
Esh, get it. Why are you looking at me like that, Alex?
What's up? Back. You say in the back real quick?
Do I need to get up?
Nah, you
No, you good.
Nah, you valid.
Oh, turn it on.
Mike, you good, bro?
trying to see you on the zone. Trying to get it on the power.
Oh, yeah, baby.
See me trying to find a way. I can see you trying to find a way. If I could really like night and day. Oh, I can tell right away. I ain't looking for a wifey. I think you can. It's hot as well.
All right, WSJU Radio Cypher going on right here. St. John's University, we got Sayku up from Boston. You know what it is. You're ready to spit a little something. You came here prepared tonight. I know you did. You about to lay down some heat for us. Represent that real hip hop. You know what it is.
Of course, bro.
We're in Queens, New York. You know what it is when you hear the beat drop. You know what it is.
We already know, bro.
Let's get it going.
It's that real hip hop. I got Loko, I got the real Max.
Drop them bombs. You know
hey,
what
that's just how we have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we was #1 anyways, right? So we just got to do the hip hop on the mic. You know what I'm saying? It's just the real thing.
I'm gonna ad-lib like the Migos.
Hey, let's get it. You like the ad-libs, all right. First it was nasty, damn, I'm still at it. I stand still, my still is stillmatic. Seen the mafia in the news. Does that mean Junior Mafia coming soon? Ooh. Into the mic, I'm hip hop. My Ric Flair drip jump off like crisscross, and I stay 10 toes down on the file, girl. And you know I'm right here, and now on you smile, girl. You know I'm down on the chain, girl. They getting worried like Usher when he listening the same girl, but I keep it on. Know I'm about to get it on. Know I'm about to fraud. I ain't a frog, I'm the prince. And when I get it, fresh thing, know I'm fresh like the prince. And magic with the past, it gets tricky here. Battling my friends, how I disappear. Ooh. Hello, cheese, L-O-D. Hello. She wanna keep me company like LLC. Upside, look at how I turn out. OG corners to the curve out. Woo. They know me, yeah, they know the best. They know me and know when I flex. Oh, they know me and know when I guess. She screaming mercy, oh, but we know she French. Yeah, and I'm a top shotter, and I'm a top baller, and I'm the only one that calls shots when I'm in the ballin'. You know how we do. The #1 note, yeah, that mean #2. Like, hold up, switch back. I need big chains, big plus. She's got no hoes, big plus. Switch flags, chick that. I need black sheep, this, that. That's your girl, ain't none of that is chick mad. Yeah, I'm the only one to do it right. And if I had to get this shit, then I'ma do it tight. My thing is S-Class, Continental, IA. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley, had me feeling like I'm Lloyd Banks. You know I had to move. I'm with the hip hop. Yeah, you know we had to groove in this. Yeah, we had to switch it up real quick. And we like it like you, girl. Yeah, real thick.
That thing fat. That thing fat.
That's it, say cool?
My girl pale though.
That's how we do.
Real talk.
That's how you do it, say cool?
That's how we do it.
You know what it is.
Pale.
Boston, say cool. You know what it is. Loko, you got next. Intro, winner, sprinter. This is the intro. Introduction
to winner.
Crunch time, freestyle, cypher, sports and hip hop with DJ Mad Max.
Now the suburban, don't get me mistaken.
Left rat.
Ingrown bourbon, I'm from left rat. Hood alone will probably get your head tapped. To make it out, don't know a good pap. Never was a block boy. All this in a JB. The closest that I got to white girls was playing Jay-Z. Woo!
Woo!
Let's go.
You ready, Loko?
Yo,
that was your intro off Winner Sprinter.
Intro, but you're not real quick. Winner Sprinter is out now.
You know what I mean? Right now.
Right now.
Hey,
new album from Loko Warbucks available everywhere except SoundCloud. Pay me right.
That's right. You ready?
That's right.
You ready for the drop? WSJU Radio. Guess who's back? Dropping now. You know what it is. Real Hip Hop Loko. And we had Sayku spitting that fire.
My strings hanging tonight. That means I'm feeling nice.
Give him that energy.
Yo, guess who's been zagged, been his threads with some new J's. Scoop more, throwback like IG on a Thursday. Every day the same, every site that you posted on. So now I'm telling stories while going live. Snap on, yeah, this is a ghost town. Faded everyone in sight. When I'm on the stage, give me the mic, it is a heist. GTA online, this how it's going down. We ain't killing nobody, but damn sure gonna control the crowd. I used to hold the Magic Rivers back in 03. Shaky waters ahead, Lord do not soak me. Cover me in green like Doc, right? Give me the ring. Purple joint to keep me in the sky like Justine. I'm stressed when I'm on that 2K. Union on the screen. Please don't talk through Mary Jane. Follow Wayne. Keep the birds flown out of your life. Turning 21, I could give a damn about a wife.
Hey.
Shorty was wildin', getting busy in the club. Started tripping, almost spilled some Henny on my old ones. On that bartender filling you up, asking who shot you. Ladies dread me when I'm feeling like a shot. Often defensive about weight, trying to move LBs. But I'm a giant 5'6", Sayku and LT. And on the DL, I'm a firecracker, not sweet. Not a pen for my hand, still balling JPP. Started there checking for me the 1st and 15th. Strictly paper, I don't want no drama. These bars giving you labor like they put on your mama. Stuck in the past, my president still Obama. Hi, baby girl, rocking your name was an honor. 20 years plus. Rest in peace, Big Papa. And Loko is that freak doctor. Cut up a chain, stitch up your $150 proper.
Oh,
that's left rack.
Prop. Yo, you want to switch, Loko?
Left rack city.
Hey, let's just go 4 for 4s.
Let's go.
Be down,
Let's
right?
go. Let's go.
Yeah. I said, boy, tell me, are you really down right? I'm down right when I down left, I down right. And I go down and up like half pipes. They really know how I get it when the last rights.
You go down, that's all right. But see me, I never go down. Gas price. And your shorty looking super bright, highlight, and she see me in the stars. Yes, this a highlight.
Oh, the highlight, talking about the highlight. What I like, tell me, what do you like? The crew like, oh, you can't mess with us. They be trying to clap, but they couldn't step with us.
What I like to go all night. Ask your girl, might have gave a long pipe. Ooh, shorty never get to swipe. I'm with the skimmers, and you know all night we gonna swipe.
You know I'm always down to get better. I got the hood on my back so I don't ever sweat her. I keep it hot like the V-neck. You know I got long necks but I don't ever V-neck.
V-neck, I'm in that V-files. X-files, now I'm about to exile. Anybody coming around my way, left rack city, gon' let that thing spray like grenades.
What? They really call that wins? Feeling like a cabin for the way I'm logged in. I feel like Abraham, 5 on it. If I get the drop, then I'ma slide on it.
I said, guess who's Bazak? Hit the block and you know I'm selling that crack. Sorry, kids, this is whack, but I gotta do you like the jersey, put your name on my back.
Oh, she said I'm Loko. Oh, I said I'm real. I said, you know the feel. She said, I know that deal. I said, hold up, what is it? 12 o'clock, I gotta listen to Mike. And then I get into the booth and then I murder the mic.
She got no pants on and I got the red shirt. Might call her Winnie the Pooh. And I say, boo, what you trying to do? I'm trying to get a nice threesome and add Sayku.
Oh, me and Loko? Yeah, that's the drop. Her name is Winnie because she trying to honey pot, but the only thing we got in the pot is hot water. They really getting heated and they miss me like the hot water.
This beat is still going. Loko still flowing, Mike next to me, Marco, and Max still going. And now I'm about to go and shoot you just a couple times. Sorry, lady, this is off the top, a couple rhymes.
We gonna shoot him like the top shotter. I turned into the main black Sean Carter. I turned into the big dude, the whole kid. And you know how we did it. I get clothes, kid.
I'm all black and they call me Luke Cage. And you know she stay on my IG page. Sorry, baby, and I go your weed lace. Never shorty got the lace front, weave lace.
Nah, I feel you though, for real. How you feel? When you go to the man and then he try to give you a deal. And you know how I get it and I keep this thing based. Buying kicks from the plug, now I'm really feeling laced. I mean,
I'm all up in that window pane. I'm naked tonight, damn, where's my 2 chains? Rapper go to the league, nah, me, man. Winner sprinter out now, winners got me hella fame.
Hey, we gonna finish it off. It's the city boy. He said 2 chains, but we really about that titty, boy.
And I'm here for the city girls. Come around my way if you trying to get some really pearls. Niced out, iced out. And I do it Nike style. Mean I'ma check for you later, and I'ma put you down.
Hey. Monster.
Let's go.
Monsters. My man kept going off the beat. He was like, this.
Oh, these are the 2 best here at WSJU Radio, St. John's University.
Max, say that one more time.
These 2 are the best up here at St. John's University, WSJU Radio. No one else can compete. That's it.
Y'all didn't let me kick no bars, though. I'm just kidding.
You want to talk to him, Mike?
Hell no.
No.
Oh, man.
So, how was that, Mike?
That was amazing. I really enjoyed that. Don't make me pick a winner because I can't.
Nah,
there's no winners, bro.
We all winners, man.
It was
That's
tough.
facts.
These are the toughest dudes up here.
This has been great vibes, man. You're doing an awesome show up here, bro.
I appreciate that
For
a lot,
real.
man. And I want to thank you for coming here tonight, WSJU
Much
Radio,
love.
St. John's University.
My man, thank
I
you.
appreciate that. Hip
Shout
Hop
out
Mike.
to everyone.
Shout out, bro.
Man, St. John's always showing me mad love. Shout out to the St. John's basketball team going crazy. Everybody, man. I love St. John's. I love Queens.
That's right.
Yo, just shoot up to the engine room whenever, bro. You invited. You already know.
Oh, word?
You already know.
I'm going to call Buddha. You know I'm going to call Buddha.
Bro, yo, you can FaceTime him right now, bro. He already knows this. You see the still sessions at, bro? That's the still
There
sessions.
you go.
right
We
there,
might
bro.
end up at engine room tonight. We'll find out,
Let's
man.
get it,
Yeah,
bro.
yep.
It's
And
going to be a situation.
thanks again, Hip Hop Mike, coming on. Anything else you want to add?
Shout out to Guacamole. Shout out to everybody that's in my live that's showing love. You know we here, man. 12 to 6 a.m. on Hot 97, fighting a good fight, trying to do great things.
Big facts.
That's right. And everyone's going to be listening. Everyone tune in to Mike's show,
Appreciate
Hip Hop
it.
Mike show, every night, midnight.
Trying to
5
wild out
a.m.
for the youth, bro. I'm really trying to wild out for the youth,
That's
man.
right.
So wait, that's every night from midnight to 6 a.m., right?
Tuesday through
Tuesday
Friday.
to
Tuesday
Yep.
through Friday.
Tuesday
You know,
through
see, I
Friday.
know that. I want to make sure everybody else knows that.
Yeah,
right?
Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah, but since we on live, when are we gonna get that Sayku and Loko record playing on your radio
Oh,
show?
Oh, let's hear
That's
the
a-
record.
yeah,
I can't play
that's
that freestyle,
That's
but
the
send me some
feature.
record. What's
Of course,
up?
yeah, you know we got some.
That's
I just
the
want you to
feature.
put that on record. That's why. You know how I do up
We
here.
put in the work first,
It's
though.
so
You know
good. I
what I'm
like
saying?
it.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. If y'all want to come by and visit the station, like hang out sometime, y'all more than welcome. I
Definitely.
can definitely put on the record.
We appreciate
Definitely.
that, bro.
We have,
All love, man.
Hey,
It's that hip hop mic love right there, man.
Nah, real talk,
That's
man.
that
I'm
hip
really
hop
trying
mic
to change
love
the
right
energy
there.
in the city, man. The
Facts.
city's energy is a little
That's-
thrown out of whack, and I think there's a lot that we could do with it. And I'm just fighting a good fight, man. And I appreciate every single supporter means the world, for real, because I don't
That's
have
right.
a lot of good people around. So it's like to have good people in the streets talking talk and walking the walk. It means the world.
You already know. Thanks again, Hip Hop Mike, coming through tonight.
Hip hop mic, man. Hip
My
hop
man,
mic.
much love.
You already know. I want to give a few shout outs. Shout out to everyone who's listening. Shout out to Hip Hop Mike. Shout out to Loco, Sayku. Shout out to DJ Marco. We got our show Wednesday nights, 9:30
right,
11
man,
p.m.
that's
New
right.
show. Shout out to man Jordans and Poppy in the back filming. Shout out to everyone listening behind the glass. Made a couple announcements. We got Chuck Chill Out coming on my show for a phone interview Monday
Wait a
night.
second. You got Chuck Chill Out on this show?
Next Monday night.
No.
I told you, man, the real Max.
Y'all
bro.
got
That's
Chuck
real
Chill
for a
Out.
reason, bro.
I might have to
Legend.
come up here to just break Chuck Chill Out to get
You're more than welcome to.
just break the cojones, man. Before we go, I gotta say, shout out Chuck Chill Out, man. There are a few people that are truly genuine, that really love this ish, that are really they stay real to themselves. And Chuck Chill Out is definitely that dude, man.
Definitely.
You're gonna have a great conversation with him, and that's a perfect guy for you to talk to, being a hip hop head.
Yeah.
So respect.
BLS, he's on Saturday nights, 10 to 11 p.m.
He is. Who you think records that show? Come on.
My man behind the scenes all the time, bro.
That's
You be
right.
behind the
That's
scenes.
my guy, man. Chuck, for real. Chuck is he gonna tell you no space music, man. He didn't, not about the trap. That's the thing, man. I'll say this. There's a lot of DJs out here that they just stand next to certain artists or certain people because they feel like if I'm next to them, it'll help the career, and it does. Drake doing records with certain artists does keep him hot, but it's like the people that are truly genuine to what they love, it's different. And honestly, bro, in the grand scheme, it's one of the things that I don't love about being on radio is that to be super successful in radio specifically, you almost have to be willing to compromise your morals a little bit and really mess with certain people that you might not really love. And it makes me want to go into management more and more every day. But the people like Chuck Chill Out, K Slay, Red Alert, bro.
Red Alert.
That
Cool DJ Red Alert.
they live for it. K Slay comes in, bro. He plays on CDs. Any DJ out there, he doesn't touch a laptop. You understand?
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to love this stuff. And man, Chuck Chill Out is that guy on 1,000. So big up to Chuck.
Big up to him and big up to you. You're leading the youth.
I mean, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You're doing more than trying.
Bro, it's a crazy fight, bro, but I'm definitely trying, man, and the support means the world.
Absolutely.
Thank you again, Hip Hop Mike, coming up
Thank
here.
y'all.
We're closing out next
Appreciate
Monday
you.
night, but we on Wednesday night.
You on Wednesday night, that's right.
9:30 p.m. We'll let you know who the guest is. ASAP, Instagram at the Real Max, TheReelmax. Give me your Instagram, Hip Hop Mike.
At Hip Hop Mike, Mike. Holla at me on that gram. I'm gonna follow everybody back.
Sayku, SIAHSAYKU.
Add new black soul, everything spelled correct. You know how we do it. And again, I got to be a little extra. Winter Sprinter is out now and available everywhere. It's your boy Loco.
That's right, baby. You can follow me at DJ Marco Music on Instagram. Salute to everybody here that's in the building. The Real Max, the foundation for putting this all together.
Oh,
Hip Hop Mike,
I just want to make
Say
sure
cool
we
for
get this-
coming in. Loco,
Yeah.
My man behind the back and the cameraman, New York City, this is what we do, WSJU Radio. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, we need a little fan in here, bro.
Facts,
yo. I'm hot in here.
We need to fix the vents, bro. They fucked up.
Yo, let's get a flip over like
Also, who's on?
Yo, that's that what's that shit called, the robbery?
Yeah, that's my bro. That's my homies do that.
No, low key, I'm not about to brand for you, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad you said that, bro.